When the Prime Minister of the country brings cleanliness debate as a central theme to development, we know that it is important and it's urgent. And that is what is happening in the country, because India wants to become a developed country very soon. And if we want to do that, we have to address the sanitation issues in the country. Where is the problem? And why is it a problem? The problem can be, we can say that it's the government, it is the infrastructure, or it is the people. But actually it is all the three. I will give you a very small story. I was talking to a group of women in a city called Visakhapatnam, which is in the eastern coast of India and said to be a smart city. And these women, when we were talking to them, we asked them, do you have a toilet at home? And they said no. We were a bit shocked because they had these 3-story structures, very well painted, very beautiful. They had car outside and other motorized vehicles, but no toilet. So we asked them, what do you do? They said, there is a hill behind and we go there. So we said, don't you have any problems? They said, yes, now we are beginning to have a problem because the space is shrinking, and of course the usual problems of either insects or snakes or scorpions and so on. So we said, despite that, are you not thinking of putting up toilets at home? And they said, we are waiting for government subsidy. That is a huge problem in India, that the demand for toilets is not there in all the places. It is estimated that 600 million people, individuals in India, are using open spaces for defecation, and that generates 65 million kilograms of human waste that is released into the environment every single day. Now, this is a huge problem. Now, on the other hand, now we know that the sanitation problem is a health problem. We know that it is an environmental problem because it pollutes surface water, groundwater, it leads to air pollution. So what do? We can look at this problem from the solution side. We can use this human waste as a resource. And it's not the first time. Of course, the developed countries have been making manure out of human waste, but there is an interesting example that I found in a city called Tambaram near Chennai, which is a metropolitan city in India, where they have built a community toilet because the people were defecating in the open. It's a low-income settlement, where in the toilet block at the back side were the toilets. On the front side, there was a digester and a kitchen, a community kitchen, to which the gas from the digester went. This is a win-win situation because the poor women there could not afford the normal gas. They were using fuel wood for cooking, and that was also creating an environmental problem both indoors and outdoors. And so in this win-win situation, we take care of the problem of disposal of human waste, and we provide gas to these poor women who are now able to manage their household expenses. There is an Indian professor in the University of Columbia who's he's doing a research on biodiesel from human waste. So the moment we change from looking at a problem as a problem and we start looking at the solutions, we use this as a resource and not just a problem, then we begin to solve the problems. And this is one raw material which will never cease to exist. And if you have solution on hand, then we have a win-win situation. So if India wants to become a developed country and solve the sanitation issue, people have to come together. It has to become a people's movement, and that is what our Prime Minister also wants. Once it becomes a people's movement, then the problem of sanitation, which is an issue with the poor and the vulnerable group, will be solved. And in the changing climate scenario, where we are talking of extreme events of rainfall, for instance, leading to floods, it will further affect our water bodies, both surface and ground, and the solid waste will also get into the drains and block the drainage path. So the environmental issues will actually become more acute. And so if we are able to address the sanitation problem in India, we will be able to help the poor and the cities can become more resilient. So Clean India campaign is actually a measure of building city resilience. Thank you.
you.